Hey, what's up everyone? Tetrick85 here with some more fun with FIFA 10. And this match, since we're going to be going to international break in terms of European leagues, I figured I'd play an international game, and I'm going to play as the US, and I'm going to be taking on Brazil, which is the team they're going to be playing a friendly against on September 8th. Now, I've always wanted to do an international game, so what better way to do that than play as the US? Brazil tend to play a formation of one man up front, and they release an extra man forward to provide more passing options. I know last video I talked about a team, I'm going to be playing a team similar to Juve. If there is an international team like Juve, it's Brazil, even though they play a different formation, as you'll see my lineup here. They're very tactically sound, the Brazilians, and they're very, very tough to play against. Now, before I say anything else, I do have to apologize for the lack of sound. You know, I didn't even realize there was no sound on my video until after I had published my Juve versus Roma video, and not only did I realize that the Juve and Roma game did not have sound, and this game doesn't have sound either, and that's because I forgot to change my audio options on here to record from the PS2 itself and not from my computer, so once again, this is going to be a silent video, and all you're going to hear is my commentary. Now, if you were able to hear this, you'd be hearing the anthem in the background as you see both countries that are lining up to salute their flags. And I do feel bad about that. I did want to record it, but it was already too late at the time and I really didn't feel like recording this over again. Especially considering not only did I have a good game against Juve, but I gotta say, I had a pretty good game here too, and I didn't want to wreck that by having to record it all over again. As you see both teams getting ready to line up on the field. Now, I'm taking a little bit of a risk here playing a 3-5-2 against Brazil. You see Danny Williams and Jones in the central midfield, Green on the right side, or should I say the left side of the field. Brazil's playing a 4-5-1 with Willian behind Hulk, which is a very deadly striker up front for them. Very strong striker that's not afraid to get his hands dirty and win the ball by any means. And of course, Julio Cesar, or should I say Julio Cesar, is among the best goalkeepers in this game, and it's not easy scoring against him. Jonathan Spector taking the corner here. Very tight defense Brazil has. And like Juve, they're a tough nut to crack. Danny Williams passing off to Adu, they're trying to, but Julio Cesar cleaning that mess up. Onyewu winning that ball against Hulk. As you can see, some of Hulk's strength there. Adu passing it to Altidore. Altidore trying to make something happen here, which should have gone with the rainbow shot against Julio Cesar here. Bradley passing off to Dempsey. And I gotta say, yeah, I'd put my hands over my face too. That was kind of a bad miss. That should have been 1-0 US. See there, Josie Altidore passing it to Adu. Adu getting in there. Was able to beat Julio Cesar, and that opens up the scoring. And Adu's wearing the captain's armband. Which, if this was an actual game, this would either be Dempsey or Bradley wearing the armband, and Adu wouldn't even be on this team. Julian Green trying to outmuscle Neymar to no avail. Willian penetrating that box, but Howard was right there. I was so lucky there was not Hulk, or else it would have been 1-1. Danny Williams passing it to Michael Bradley, who passes it to Josie Altidore. Altidore on the counterattack. And that's a rainbow shot he should have done earlier, and he manages to get it in there and for a post to make it 2-0 US. Boy, he looks weird in this game. Oh, I still can't believe about the sound. I'm really sorry about that. There's no sound to this. And I do have to say that, so that there's no surprises, this is probably going to be my last Fun with FIFA 10 segment, at least for a little while, since, like I said at the beginning of the video, there's going to be an international break, so... And besides that, there's other things that I want to do on my channel. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be premiering my next playthrough here pretty soon, which I'm very excited about, so... Instead of playing this all the time, might as well give another game a chance. I see Michael Bradley with a goal there. Who, like Josie Altidore and Sebastian Giovinco, plays for Toronto FC. Another important player for that team. It's definitely got to be key if Toronto wants to be in the playoffs. Neymar trying to make something happen there. Good matchup there between Neymar and Julian Green. But so far, Neymar has been winning that battle. Altidore passing into Adu. David Luiz there, able to stop any counterattack. Which Adu steals it from Thiago Silva. Adu with a chip shot. Oh, just barely wide. Good effort there. Not a very easy angle to shoot from. Very nearly gets it in there. Jermaine Jones. Bad pass to Neymar. Julian Green able to get it. Jones again trying to pass. Freddy tries it from outside the box, but easy save for someone, a goalkeeper talented as Julio Cesar. Luis Gustavo, the Wolfsburg central midfielder. Actually, he's a defensive midfielder. Not long enough, William, the Chelsea striker, getting in there. Danny Williams passing it to Michael Bradley. Off to Altidore, but David Luiz once again able to steal the ball. David Luiz is an absolute pill to play against, doing a good job for the Brazilian back four. Freddie Adu once again trying the rainbow shot, and he gets it in there. Gets his second of the game and fourth for the U.S. Makes it 4-0. I don't care who your goalkeeper is, you're not going to be able to stop that. Not to mention Julio Cesar is the captain of this Brazilian team. See, it's getting close to the end of the first half here. Kind of physical there, I can't really argue with that. Though it was kind of like the foul I got called against on Juve that I kind of said was a 50-50, so... Why Dante was attempting to shoot that ball, I have no idea. Dante, one of the center backs for Brazil. Altidore trying to make something happen, and he gets it in there. Good shot, beating Julio Cesar. Altidore getting his second of the game. Again, he looks very weird. Getting close to stoppage time here. This is beginning to look like the Brazil-Germany game, the semifinal in the 2014 World Cup. That famous game. Oh, I still cannot believe that game. I think it's one of those games that no matter what happens, you know, I'm always going to remember what exactly I was doing when that happened. I remember just sitting here with my laptop and watching that game, and Germany was like boom, 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 boom. And it was already like 4-0, and it wasn't even the 25-minute mark. And I think it was 5-0 at the end of the half. And then Josie Altidore scoring the hat-trick here, making it 6-0. Adu looks like he's strangling him rather than congratulating him. Good shot on the upper right-hand corner there, which would be Julio Cesar's upper left-hand corner. Marcelo, the Real Madrid midfielder. I think it's deployed as a wingback for them. And that's the end of the first half, and as you can see, USA with a surprising 6-0 lead against Brazil. That's quite something considering how talented this team is. Brazil drawing blanks here, although US just barely edging out on possession. Although they have an 85% to 70% passing accuracy, which is very unusual. But the possession stat shouldn't be all that surprising considering Brazil is one of those teams that rely on possession. And as you can see, beginning of the second half here, Michael Bradley starting things off here, and I thought the Dempsey miss was bad, but I think that was even worse. Julio Cesar kicking it off here. Freddie with a nice header there to beat, to win an aerial duel rather, and another foul against me. Not hard to foul against Brazil. They're just one of those teams that are just so strong. They just, no matter what you do, they just are able to cause fouls. You see Michael Bradley, one of the few things he actually does right in the second half, which I'm not exactly sure why, but it just seemed like the quality of Michael Bradley in this second half just quickly deteriorated, as you'll see later on. See Clint Dempsey trying to jumpstart the attack here. Freddie trying to back pass to Altidore, just way out of his mark there. Onyewu got easily beat there. Danny Williams beats the ball but doesn't retain it. Jones with a nice tackle there. Julian Green there. Michael Bradley with a pass to Adu. See Freddie trying to, which he should have shot earlier, which it's just one of those things where I don't understand why I pushed the shoot button and Freddie should have shot there, but the game just wouldn't let him. And see Fred coming on for Marcelo. Fred, the striker, replacing the midfielder Marcelo there. And Adu there to quickly clean up the mess. And that's his hat trick of the game. And that U.S. starting to show their offensive muscle once again in the second half, or at least trying to. 7-0 against them, and at this point, I just wanted to get Michael Bradley out of there, so for this, I moved Freddie to the attacking midfielder position and replacing Bradley with Aaron Johansson, who just recently signed for Werder Bremen, which I'm not exactly sure what to make of that move, but hopefully, unlike Josie Altidore, he's able to do something outside of AZ in the Eredivisie. Once again, I just couldn't go down. Bradley, though, carelessly giving up the ball. Freddie trying to win the ball back from William. Danny Williams is there to help him out. Freddie, good pass there to Josie Altidore. Altidore trying to make something happen. Oh, look at him split through that defense. Oh, look at beautiful play by Josie Altidore there to beat Brazil. Awesome individual effort there with his fourth goal, make it 8-0 US. Why couldn't he do that in the Premier League? I'm sure Hull and Sunderland are asking that same question. Michael Bradley, you're out of there. Aaron Johansson, you're ready to come on. Which, I do have to admit that I'm not a real big fan. Like, nothing against Aaron Johansson. I'm just not sold on him being a quality striker for the national team. It's just, yeah, he scores a lot of awesome goals, but he seems to be very lacking on that instinct that you want from a striker, and I've yet to see that in any consistency from him in international games. So there's definitely room for improvement, and he's not. As you can see, I'm trying to correct myself here, but just one of those things. I think with more experience, he'll be good. But as you see, Josie Altidore heading it in there with Jermaine Jones trying to make something. But yeah, going back to what I was saying before, it's I think with more experience, Aaron Johansson can be good. But as of right now, I don't consider him to be one of those guys that the U.S. can rely upon. And I hate to say it, Josie Altidore is one of those players too. It just got left out of the Gold Cup knockout stages because of him not being able to be fit for the matches and that. And you could definitely tell from the group stage in that competition that Josie Altidore was not at the fitness level he should have. And Johansson there scoring, good substitution on that part. It definitely better what Michael Bradley was doing in the second half, but able to coolly slot it underneath Julio Cesar there, scoring the U.S.'s 10th goal of the game. Now, normally this would be a point where I would pretty much just hang out in the back, but against this Brazilian team, you cannot afford to do that because they will steal the ball from you. Dempsey trying to pass to Altidore. Altidore trying to add to his goal tally. They're unable to do that. See, Neymar coming off of Hernandez, which is the Lazio midfielder that featured earlier in my segment, now plays for Inter Milan. Jonathan Spector trying to make something happen here in this corner kick. John Brooks, very deadly in the set pieces, but unable to do anything there. Good shot there to force the corner kick. Spector once again with the delivery. Once again, good delivery. Johansson was right there, but Thiago Silva, too strong for the Alabama boy. Now, John Brooks had a pretty quiet game so far, which I'm not sure what to make of that, but Dempsey trying to cross there, which I have no idea. I have no idea who he was trying to get there. Jermaine Jones now plays for the New England Revolution. Was a big part of the starting 11 for the FC Schalke in the Bundesliga. Now I felt comfortable just keeping the ball. You see Fred right there, playing alongside Hulk. John Brooks scoring that memorable goal against the 2-1 win against Ghana in the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Just one of those players I'm not real sold on yet. He has glimpses where he looks good, but I think like Aaron Johansson with a little bit more experience, he'll be a much better player. But yeah, that was a very important goal that he scored against Ghana in the World Cup, and needless to say, that win helped the U.S. progress in what was a group of death alongside Germany and Portugal. And I think a lot of people did not expect them to even get out of that group, so that win certainly helped them out. And as you can see, the U.S. winning this game 10-0. See a shot of Jonathan Spector there, which I have playing for Newcastle, which today he plays for Birmingham City. Freddie with a shot there, forcing the corner kick. Only 2 assists. 75% shot accuracy, 62% possession. Looked like 86% shot accuracy. You see the goals there. 1 sub for me, 2 subs for Brazil. Julian Green and Jermaine Jones with the 2 assists, 2 players used to playing in the Bundesliga. Overall, pretty good match considering what kind of opponent Brazil is. Very, very tough to play against, and to get not only a clean sheet, but 10 goals scored against them, that's quite impressive. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it I have to say. So, thank you for watching this, and tune in next time, which I will be displaying my new playthrough.